Welcome back to Roundtable, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, I'm Tristan Harlan here with my good pal, my good compadre, the best friend in the whole wide world, Cooper, the Juice Box Melter. Cooper, how are you doing on this beautiful day?
I'm doing great. You know, we're here at Red Wolf Roundtable. Left the juice box at home. I know. Sorry, everyone. Big disappointment in my part, but you know what? We got it next week. I promise y'all that.
Yeah, and actually, I found my watch now. So, like you used to see, you know, before summer break and this year, I can actually wear my watch now. Shout out to Braden Morse for finding it for me. But Cooper, before we get too carried away, we got to send it to our third member of our crew, Ella Jane Britt. Ellie, how you doing?
I'm great, Tristan. Well, my name is Ella Jane Britt, and welcome back to the Red Wolf Roundtable News Desk. In A-State women's soccer, Kayla Thomas was recently named the Sunbelt Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Thomas contributed to the full 90 minutes of play this past Sunday at Georgia Southern, where she helped lead the Red Wolves to their first shutout in league play, 1-0. If you would like to see these Red Wolves return to action and see defensive player Kayla Thomas compete, you can see them take on Louisiana on Thursday. Kickoff is set for 3 p.m. at the A-State Soccer Complex, or watch the game live on ESPN+. The A-State volleyball team is on a 10-game losing streak and 0 out of 4 conference record, making that their overall record of 5 wins and 11 losses. The next game is set for October 6th at First National Bank Arena, where the first serve is set for 6 p.m. against Southern Alabama. You can join these ladies at First National Bank Arena or watch them live on ESPN+. Come out and support these ladies as they hope to get another win under their belt. The Arkansas State women's bowling team is ranked 6th in the National 10-Pin Coaches Association preseason poll announced by the organization on Wednesday. The Red Wolves received 992 points to land in 6th behind McKendree, Vanderbilt, Nebraska, Stephen F. Austin, and Sam Houston State. The 2022-23 season gets underway October 14th through the 16th when the Red Wolves travel to the Struthers, Ohio to participate in the Penguin Classic hosted by Youngstown State. This week's A-State football, Johnny Lang was recognized as the Sunbelt Conference Special Teams Player of the Week following his performance against ULM. He has become the 3rd player in Sunbelt Conference history, making that the first since 2010, and the 15th in FBS since 2000. The Red Wolves football team is set to kick off against James Madison this Saturday at 6 p.m. Just by looking at a quick comparison of each of these teams, Arkansas State is outscoring James Madison in points per game, total rushing yards allowed, and total defense. You can catch this A-State football game against James Madison this Saturday at 6 p.m. at Centennial Bank Stadium. If you cannot make it in person, you can follow the game on NFL Network. Now, let's send it back to Cooper and Tristan with a quick recap of A-State football win against ULM.
Cooper, it was an exciting weekend. We finally won another conference game, and this time it was at home, and it was against them Warhawks from Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah, ULM, you know, two kind of schools, it's a kind of little rivalry, but like it's a one-sided rivalry when you come to it. That was our 13th straight win against ULM, and it was just a dominant game. You know, anytime ULM seemed to, you know, get any momentum in that game, A-State would fire just back and get all the momentum right back to them.
Yeah, Cooper, you know, Arkansas State, they were able to pull out the win 45-28. Johnny Lang, he's one of the special players. We'll be seeing some highlights in the next segment when we come back from break. But, you know, it was just an exciting time. It was, you know, able to pack the vault. A lot of the students, you know, you kind of disappointed us here at Red Wolf Roundtable. We really wanted y'all to come out, and some of you didn't. And you don't even know Johnny Cash. You need to learn your music history, you heathens. Come on, who doesn't know Johnny Cash? You live in Arkansas, for crying out loud.
I mean, he is an Arkansas legend, and if you do come out to the game this week, I think it's a little pink out going on, if I'm not wrong.
I mean, it is October, and October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, Cooper, you know, like I said, it was an exciting time, exciting game. So, you know, like I said, there was a lot of good things. And like I said, we'll be seeing some highlights when we come back after you know, we take a little moment to refresh ourselves and, you know, take a break and kind of get your juice box and everything. But, you know, the story of the game was who can perform better on defense. Could it be the Red Bulls? Could it be the Warhawks? And honestly, and which you guys will see later, is the Red Bulls were able to really momentum stop the Warhawks when they were getting big plays on 2nd or 3rd down, and they were able to really capitalize off those advantages.
Yeah, in the A-State defense, they were laying down some wood. They were hitting the crap out of ULM, and I was loving to hear the pop of the pads this weekend.
Yeah, Cooper, you know, old school football, it's what we fell in love with. But, you know, Cooper, I think it's time we finally get you that juice box. When we come back, we'll be going more in depth against ULM. You've been watching Red Wolf Roundtable on ASU-TV. We'll be back after this.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside Football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
ASU-TV News, your local source for news, weather, A-State events, and more. Tune in to ASU-TV News now.
At Arkansas State, we want you to go. Go where learning soars, takes flight, and rockets ahead. Go for experiences, internships, and scholarships. We want you to go. Become A-State Maine. Are you ready to go? Go.astate.edu for details.
Welcome back, guys, and a special hello to all of our friends watching on TubeTown. We're happy to be a part of your pregame show for the Arkansas State Red Bulls. And Cooper, like we were talking before the break, ULM, it was a great game. You know, there was a lot of very highlight-like plays for this game for both teams. And Cooper, you know, you got to just look at it this way. Johnny Lang, he is just a monster. Cooper, I think you know what time it is.
It's time to all aboard the Johnny Lang train.
Yeah, Cooper, so Johnny Lang, he was able to get 56 rushing yards. He was able to have 51 reception yards. He had 146 kickoff returns, and he had 3 total touchdowns. What more could you want from a premier back like Johnny Lang?
Oh, and speaking of the 3 touchdowns, it was a rushing touchdown, receiving touchdown, and a kick return touchdown. The man can do it all. I mean, he's like a Swiss Army knife. He has all of it in one little guy. It's insane.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the Swiss Army knife fact for Johnny Lang, because not only did he have 3 touchdowns this last week, but just like our news desk correspondent Ella Jane Britt said, that he actually won Sun Belt Conference Special Team Player of the Week. Go ahead, cue up the band, get the neck ready, here come the Red Bulls, whatever. You go, Johnny, go, 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 because you, my friend, are the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Week.
You know, let's look at some highlights real quick, but Johnny Lang, you'll probably see him a lot. I mean, there's the other running back, Snead, in the game, but you know, James Blackman, we're not talking about him much. You know, Johnny Lang's kind of taking the spotlight, but James Blackman, he played a great game at quarterback, didn't he, Tristan?
Oh yeah, not Johnny Lang, excuse me. I'm so used to talking about go Johnny, go, go, go. But James Blackman, he was able to stop by, look, and fling that ball. Look at this, punt return. Boop, thank you, goodbye, go back to your sideline, because that was a big hit. That's old school football that we love seeing. Now watch this, James Blackman hands the ball off right there to open his spot. Beautiful blocks by the O-line, touchdown Red Bulls. Not only that, James Blackman looks, finds him again. Oh, can he go? Yes, he will. Thank you. Touchdown for the Red Bulls.
Yeah, that was Johnny Lang's receiving touchdown. You know, big boy football by Johnny Lang getting his rushing touchdown. There's 2. And
Now watch
speaking of
this.
Johnny Lang, once again, he gets the open space. The last man to beat is the kicker. You are not going to catch him. He's going to high step it to the end zone. That's such a great shot. You know what? Let's take a look at it once again as we get,
Who is that getting that footage right there, Coop Dog?
that's a good juice box shot right there from me on the field. You know, Red Wolf Stadium got absolutely loud on that play. It was, got some chills on me.
Yeah,
watching that.
Johnny Lane, he had a reservation for 6 after that kickoff. Look at the celly. Get ready for the celly. Talk to him, big dog. Talk to him, talk to him, talk to him. Because, they were rocking. They were jigging and they were rocking. Look at it. Boom. Get ready. Boom. Thank you. Go back to your sideline. You're not going nowhere. You're not a good punt returner. Now look at that. On the ground once again. Boom. Oh, stumble. Touchdown for the Red Bulls. They are 45-28. They won. Man, oh, man. You got to look at it this way. They had their game. They played their brand of football. They finally won the fourth quarter. Coach Jones, he was talking about in his press game conference that, we were finally playing our brand of football. We're beat up, but Johnny Lang, one of the most humble human beings you'll ever meet, he was able to really play 11 for 11 on the special teams. But look at the stats, too. The stats will tell you everything you need to know. Look at it. Last week's game, 254 passing yards. Tell James Blackman that Lane Hatcher left for this reason right here. Lane Hatcher could never play this brand of football that James Blackman is playing right now. They had 101 rushing yards, 22 first downs. Look at that. Over 30 minutes of possession, Coop. That is game-winning football right there.
Oh, it for sure is. When you dominate time of possession, we saw it last week. A-State dominated the game last week and lost. And you're thinking, how are we dominating games and we're losing? And then we come out this week, knock around ULM, absolutely dominate, and it finally showed up like Butch Jones was saying. It's the work putting into the offseason and practice is being shown out on the field. Now, James Madison, I know we'll talk about them later. I heard they got a little perfect streak going on that we might have to, mess around and mess up with.
Well, that's why we call ourselves Brock Lesnar, because we're the conqueror. All we need now is a fat walrus we call Paul Heyman walking around advocating for the Red Bulls, because when it gets to it, when the James Madison Dukes walk into Centennial Bank Stadium live on the NFL Network, they're going to walk in, they're going to feel the shake, 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 and they're going to lose. But when we come back, we'll be talking more Arkansas State football and James Madison because you're watching Red Wolf Roundtable on ASU-TV.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside Football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
ASU-TV News, your local source for news, weather, A-State events, and more. Tune in to ASU-TV News now.
At Arkansas State, we want you to go. Go where learning soars, takes flight, and rockets ahead. Go for experiences, internships, and scholarships. We want you to go. Become A-State Maine. Are you ready to go? Go.astate.edu for details.
Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable, ladies and gentlemen. And now, before we get too heavy into our James Madison predictions, Cooper, I think it's time to put the key into the ignition, start her up, because it's time for Red Wolf Roundtable's keys to the game. Let's go ahead and start right where the game's won or lost, on the defensive side. And for Juice Box's keys to the game. Cooper, go ahead and take it away, my friend.
So the first one I got on the list is get off the field / 3 and outs. When defense is out there, we can't be having James Madison's a good team. We can't let them, go downfield, get our defense tired. And, we got to force 3 and outs. We got to get our offense the ball. Second off, force turnovers. James Madison has only thrown 1 interception. We need to get to the quarterback, and like I was saying, 2 and 7 can go together, but we need to get to the quarterback, hit them in the back, get them rattled, get them under pressure some here and there, and make them make the bad throws, get the interceptions, and force the fumbles. And number 3, plain and simple, don't be stupid. And by stupid, I mean don't, at the end of the play, don't be running your mouth, costing us downs, getting a 15-yard penalty, and, a 3rd and 15 turned into a first down, or a 3rd and 20 personal foul penalty, and now you have a personal foul close to getting ejected, and then a 15-yard penalty added on. Just be smart, level-headed. And then number 4, take advantage of the field position. I'm going to include special teams here as well. When we punt the ball and say we down them at the 1 like we did last week, do not give up a 99-yard touchdown again, please. We saw that happen twice last year against App State and Coastal. No, Coastal and Law. And it's killer. And no big plays. Like I was saying, no 99-yard runs. James Madison, teams like this who are undefeated, they thrive off the big plays. Look at Alabama. You know how Alabama beats you? They can run the ball 75 yards downfield or throw the ball 80 yards downfield for a touchdown. You can't have that happen. And James Madison, they love to run the ball. They love to run it. And so you're going to have to stop the run game. We want James Madison to beat us on the pass. The past couple games, they've been almost at 300 yards last week in rushing against Sun Belt Conference Texas State. So we got to stop the run game. We're going to have to force them to beat us on the pass. And I know our secondary's a little weaker, but, when we run zone coverage and get out a man and play a good zone coverage, we can win the game. We just have to stop the run. And so, like I was saying, we got to get to the quarterback. We can't let them sit in the pocket all day. We're going to have to get pressure. And if we do that, I feel like we have a good chance to win. So, Tristan, what about them offensive keys?
So, yeah, you got to look at them offensive keys to see where I draw the line. You got to make smart decisions first and foremost. You can't, on a 4th and short or a 3rd and short, you can't drop back to throw the ball. You got to hand it off to Snead, let him power his way through the offensive line, and get the first down. Get Lang the ball. We saw it last week against Monroe. When Johnny Lang gets in open space, he's gone. You can't touch him. And Champ Flemings, I put a question mark here because for this whole reason. I get he's been hurt, and I get Coach Jones has been saying, he wants to play. But he suited up last week, and he didn't do nothing. I know James really didn't target him a lot, but you look at it this way. You can't come in this hype, especially the way you played against Ohio State, and not come crucial when you get to the Sun Belt Conference play. Convert 3rd downs, plain and simple. When you're on 3rd down, especially 3rd and short, get that first down. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you have to hand the ref a 20. Just get the first down and win the battle inside. That's plain and simple as well. I mean, you got to hold your blocks. I know we lost a big offensive lineman at Memphis, but look at it this way. If you hold your block long enough and you put him on his butt, you get your offense moving, plain and simple. You get the pass open, you get the run open. Now you look, complete the long pass. James Blackman, he's been trying to get the long pass all year to Foreman, to Flemings, to whoever is open. You got to connect on those if you want to win the game. And find Seydu. Seydu, in my opinion, he's been his number one target all year. Over the middle, he's been able to hit him. On short, he's been able to hit him. Seydu, if you're listening, my friend, when you get the ball, you're a beast. You got the dog in you. So when you catch the ball, just run north to south and score the touchdown. But Cooper, the keys to the game are there for the Red Bulls. It just matters if they can take it and if they can make it to a victory.
Hey, I mean, heck, if they want to win, watch our show.
All right, Coop. Well, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll finally dive into James Madison. You've been watching Red Bull Roundtable on ASU-TV.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside Football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
ASU-TV News, your local source for news, weather, A-State events, and more. Tune in to ASU-TV News now.
At Arkansas State, we want you to go. Go where learning soars, takes flight, and rockets ahead. Go for experiences, internships, and scholarships. We want you to go. Become A-State Maine. Are you ready to go? Go.astate.edu for details.
And welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable. And now we're going deep into James Madison upcoming this Saturday. So, James Madison, they're undefeated. And, they think they're all high and mighty. We're coming in and we're now in real football team. And so, you know what? I think the Red Wolves, they have a little something for them. And I think it's going to be a fat L.
Yeah, Cooper. So just like our news desk correspondent, Ella Jane Britt, said, to open the show, we're beating them on the margin statistically. Now, when you look at it like this, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up between the two teams. And I mean, and the sad part about it is James Madison, if any of your fans are watching, you can't compete for the Sun Belt Conference. So I don't really know why you're trying that hard. You're like Easton playing basketball at the Red Bull Center. You're just nothing but a try-hard. But look at it this way: when it comes down to this, it's going to be a great game for the Red Bulls because it just is. We all love Red Bull football. When it comes to the Saturday Night Lights inside the Vault, inside Centennial Bank Stadium, there's only two words that matters, and it is not James Madison. It's Red Wolves because, quite frankly, I think we got a good shot.
Yeah, you're seeing, well, James Madison, they've only given up 11 points per game, Cooper and Tristan. I mean, they're really good. Yeah, they've played a bunch of nobodies.
They played Lane Hatcher and Lincoln Pear.
The one time they had a good competition was App State, and they gave up 29 points.
They're FCS.
Exactly. What are they going to do when they get some real competition?
Well, be careful, Cooper, because if we go too much, they're going to clip us off, and then they're going to use it against us for all the rest of eternity. But, honestly, I think it's a winnable game for the Red Bulls. I think every game on the rest of the schedule is a winnable game for the Red Bulls, no matter who agrees or who disagrees. I think everything is winnable. All they got to do is follow the keys. Look, we knew we weren't beating Ohio State. Sure, we should have beat Memphis, but we didn't. Okay, move on. James Madison, sure, they're undefeated, but like Coop said, they've played practically nobody in the Sun Belt. The biggest competition they played was Lincoln Perry and Lane Hatcher, like I said. But they left, just like our old chancellor left, so quite frankly, they're nothing that much more than a bunch of snakes.
I know, and, this has got me all riled up, but, before another key to victory real quick, is a position no one really talks about. You talk about the quarterback, you talk about the running back, but no one talks about the kickers. Kickers matter too. And our kicker, we got a pretty good one, don't we, Tristan?
That man is 7 for 7. He's 100% on extra points, and the longest he's made is 46 yards. But get this, their lives matters too, but get this, the grand scheme of it all. He's a freshman. We dropped Brian Blake, whatever his groupie-doop names is. He went to the Catholic school, Notre Dame, and now we got a freshman that's 100%. But Cooper, what's your prediction for the game?
We're talking all this trash about James Madison, but as much trash as I talk, I do have respect for them. They'll keep it close, but a Red Wolf win's going to be coming out 31-24 A-State.
Okay. I like it, but I'm going to go ahead and say 45-36, the Red Bulls. Now, Cooper, I think we've done enough talking for the day, for right now anyway. I think now we need to go see what the third member of our team thinks for this game, maybe get her prediction. But Ella Jane, what you thinking for the game?
Just like I said in the beginning, it's game stats against game stats. Hopefully we can pull out a win. But just as a reminder, you can catch the A-State football game played against James Madison this Saturday at 6 p.m. at Centennial Bank Stadium. If you can't make it to the game in person, you can watch the game live on NFL Network. You can also listen to the game live on the EAB Red Wolf Sports Network. Back to you, Tristan Cooper.
Cooper, I know our news desk correspondent said if you can't make it, but you got to come out to the Red Wolves to see them beat James Madison.
Yeah, students, that student section should be filled all the way up. Every seat in that stadium better be filled all the way up. This team is better than last year, and you know what? That's as much time as we got today. So, sadly, we're going to have to end it. You've been watching Red Wolf Roundtable here on ASU-TV.